It is my first night in Malaga this evening, and I am so tired. I got up at 1:50 this morning to go to the airport. I didn't really fall asleep because I just knew I had to be up so early that I just was like anxious and couldn't drift off. So I think I'm probably running on like 29, 30 hours of no sleep. So it's only like 9 o'clock, 9:30 at the moment, which is about 8:30 English time, but I'm going to be going to bed very shortly. But just to say, it's been a very nice first day. Got into Malaga airport about 10:15, and then we had lunch at our resort, sat by the pool for the afternoon, and then we've just got back from dinner. We had like a relatively early dinner, and I'm just currently sitting in our little outside space, which is very beautiful, just looking at the sea. I guess I will report more on the comings and goings of the next few days when I feel a little bit more lively and like I've actually had some sleep and some rest, because I have not had that recently. But yeah, I'm hoping that this video will just basically be me crafting and just doing fun things on holiday, which is obviously a very fun video for me to film because I'm doing fun things automatically as part of the trip. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy. I'm a little bit more alive today. I had such a good sleep last night. I went to bed about 10 o'clock and then I slept through until 7, which for me is like unheard of. And then I just turned over, went back to sleep until 9, and I felt like I could still have slept if I didn't have plans and needed to get up. But it's our first full day in Malaga today. It's also Father's Day. And it's been a pretty nice day. It's like been kind of a day of two halves. We started the morning by going down into the local town, which is Fuengirola, because we needed to go and get some food in for the week. We go to this little like mall near the town, so we got breakfast there and did a little bit of window shopping before we got the food from Carrefour. Best supermarket in the world, honestly. The produce and stuff, the way they like lay out the shop, it just all looks so beautiful. And we got lots of like fresh seafood and like meats and cheeses and tomatoes, so I was in my element. I actually did a little bit of shopping whilst I was there as well, which I probably shouldn't have done. One, because I'm quite limited on suitcase space, and two, because I'm saving for a wedding. But I was thinking, you know what, I'm on holiday. I'm very rarely on holiday, although saying that, I was on holiday a month ago. But this is because I'm spending time with my mum and dad, so I kind of like justified it. I actually have bought quite a lot in the last 2 days, unintentionally. It just kind of accrues. I see a lot of those videos where it's like, oh, bad news for my wallet, I've just woken up, and I really relate to that. This is actually quite a reasonable purchase, I feel. I bought a net pillow at like 3 a.m. when I was in Gatwick, because I hadn't slept all night on Friday evening, sorry, and I knew I had an aisle seat in the middle of a row, and I was really like worried I wasn't going to be able to drift off at all, so I kind of like spontaneously bought this whilst I was a bit sleep deprived. And it is actually really comfy, but I've actually realised in hindsight it's actually not very well made. Kind of looks a bit like a Frankenstein pillow, the way they've stitched it up. But it did the job and actually did help quite a lot, so I don't regret buying that. Randomly, that was from Monsoon. I actually went into Monsoon because I was hoping to find some like statement jewellery pieces. I feel like I'm really growing my collection at the minute. I don't know if this is like a common experience, but I think because I'm a slightly larger woman, I find like dressing for summer like quite hard, because a lot of the shops I feel like don't really cater to my body size or shape. So my way of kind of doing that at the minute, this year it feels, is by really just like leaning into the accessories and just like reutilizing pieces that I know work for me and that are relatively comfortable to wear. So I actually found these little earrings. Oops, that was obviously going to happen. These little flower earrings. They're really beautiful actually, and they're not very heavy, which I was surprised by. I wore them last night, and I was really happy with them. I think they were about £15, but I got NHS discount, so I was quite chuffed with that. And then today, when I was in the Miramar Mall, I came across a Zara, and I never shop in Zara, like literally ever. Well, mainly because they just don't cater for bodies that are bigger than a size 6. And I was saying to my mum, I was like, the only thing that I can fit into when I'm in Zara is the accessories. So that's obviously what I have bought. I got this really fun necklace. I wear a lot of silver. This one's actually gold, which is a bit rogue for me, but I just really liked the colours and like the sort of like plasticiness of it. But this one is really like asymmetrical, lots of like interesting stones and stuff, so I think that will look really nice. And I also bought this embroidered bag, which is beautiful. Like the detail on it is incredible, and it's quite hefty, which makes me think that it's, well, it looks good quality and it feels quite good quality too. I think I got this for like €35, which is about £32 maybe. But yeah, I love her. I think she's beautiful. She's not really a sensible choice, I will say, just because there's no zip, it's just popper, and it does have a chain, but it's gold, and I don't really wear gold, and I think the way it sort of holds the bag makes it look a bit weird. So I think I'll probably only ever use it as like using the handles, but I think I might wear this little guy out for dinner tonight to jazz up my outfit. So yeah, we are going to go out for food in probably like 40 minutes, I think. We're going to try and go for like an 8 o'clock booking, but we need to catch this little train that our resort puts on to like take us around, because it's quite hilly and quite far away. So I'm looking forward to that, and getting a big fat Aperol and sitting in the sun and chatting the breeze with my parents. I wanted to just talk a little bit about the knit project that I've been working on since coming on holiday. It's my 3rd attempt at the Breezy Long Sleeve by Kiss Kiss Rhinestone. And I was about to say, if you'd watched my previous video, you would know I'm working on this, but no one watches my YouTube. I just make this for me, really. So you probably will never see this and have never watched my previous videos. But I am having a 3rd go at the Breezy Long Sleeve, just purely because my first 2 attempts were riddled with errors on my part, not on the pattern's part. I started this on Friday when I was at the Lido in Brixton with my fiance, and it's grown pretty well since then. I'm starting to do the make one left, make one right increases to start forming the armholes, which you can see here. This is actually the back panel, but yeah, you can really see that it's starting to take shape. And I'm really enjoying doing this. I feel like it's working up pretty quickly. I think it helps that this panel at the minute is like 83 stitches, so like you do get through it pretty quick. But I do also think that this cotton yarn, which I can't remember who it's by or any of the composition information, but I will insert a clip if I can find it. It is just like really nice tactile feeling to work with, so I'm enjoying the process. And I was a brave girl and brought my needles to the airport because I was a bit worried that they would confiscate them, but we managed to get through Gatwick, so fingers crossed we can get back through Malaga with them. But yeah, I'm hoping, I don't believe I'll finish this really before I leave on Thursday, but I'm hoping that I will at least maybe finish the body, maybe not the sleeves. I think the body feels like a realistic aim, because we're basically just sitting by the pool for the entirety of this trip. We might go down to the sea at some point and like go for mooches and stuff, but like it's just a lot of free time, which is lovely. So yeah, that is how we're currently doing. I have made a very conscious effort, and will be continuing to do so, to be very aware of the direction of my stitches, because that was what scuppered me last time, was that I got to the part where I started to join the back and the front panels together, working in the round. I twisted the stitches when putting them onto the cable, and then it fucked up. Sorry, excuse my French. It ruined the rest of the project. So I'm gonna make a conscious effort to not do that this time round. But yeah, I'm gonna go and sit on our balcony, work on this for a little bit, and then maybe bring it with me to go to dinner. We'll see how we're getting on. I believe at the minute this is probably maybe like just around a ball of yarn. It's hard to say because I've obviously tried to make this quite a few times now, so I'm just reusing the fibre that I've cut up and like sewn with, knitted with already. But I think it's probably about a ball, but it's just in different bundles. So yeah, it's looking pretty good, I think. We'll report back when more has been achieved. Bye. Sitting on my terrace after getting back from dinner, and I thought I would show my current progress. As you can see, the front and back are joined and are currently probably 10 stitches off being the same length as one another, which is really exciting. I'm hoping that I can finish building the armholes this evening, which means that I can then start to work in the round as of tomorrow and Wednesday, which are my last 2 full days whilst on holiday. I am being realistic about it. I don't think I'll get this finished before I go, but I'm hoping that maybe Wednesday I'll have the ribbing started, at least. Potentially finished would be brilliant. I've managed to kind of fit in quite a lot around my plans. It's quite a compact project, and I've been able to take it out to dinner with us and to like the restaurants and bars that we've been going to, so I've managed to get in quite a few rows that I wasn't necessarily expecting to, and obviously sitting for 8 to 9 hours and watching the world go by and going to the pool means I've had a lot of progress time with this, which is really exciting. I feel like I really want this to build up really quickly, just purely because it's a project that's been in my mind for so long, having tried to make it twice. But obviously both times went wrong, so I've been looking forward to having this in my wardrobe for a very long time, so I'm excited to see how far we get with it before we return home on Thursday. We went out for dinner this evening, which is really nice, and I came back a little bit earlier because Mum lost her bracelet on the way to dinner, so I said I would walk back up the big hill to see if I could find it, which I wasn't able to, unfortunately. I think someone might have picked it up on the way and just taken it, which is fair enough. You see a bracelet in the street, you would probably do the same. That hill, whew, that was treacherous. I've eaten a really big dinner today as well, so it felt like a good amount of effort and energy to get back up that hill. My parents are going to catch the public train over instead of doing that big walk. It's my personal Everest of the holiday. So yeah, I'm just going to hopefully try and get the armholes completed this evening, and then I can just crack on with the stockinette stitching tomorrow and hopefully make some really good progress. We are going out for dinner in the evening in Fuengirola town, so we're going to walk down the coastal path tomorrow and potentially pop into a nice bar and get a drink on our way to dinner before our reservation. So I think probably realistically I'll have a good 7 hours of knitting time tomorrow during the day, and I might take this with me tomorrow evening. I might not, I'm not sure yet, it depends which bag I take, and also it's obviously quite a walk and I don't really know if I want to be lugging knitting around with me, but we shall see how it goes, and obviously we'll keep you abreast of the motions and notions of this project. I am choosing to end the video here because I feel like I have recorded and spoken about the Breezy Long Sleeve quite a lot, and it's still not completed. I am in the process of just building up length in the body, and then we'll hopefully cast off sometime soon. And I think I would prefer for this version of the Breezy Long Sleeve to have long sleeves. I'm sure I will make this again because I really like the look of how the sort of pictures have shown up on Ravelry when other people have made it, so I might potentially make a tank version moving forward, but for this particular one with this particular wool I really want it to be long sleeve. Hopefully you guys don't mind too much that I wasn't able to complete the project in this project vlog. I think I've become quite like indoctrinated with the idea that I can start and make a project in the space of one video, because the people who I really enjoy watching and following on YouTube do that, but I forget that that is their full-time job. So I need to be realistic with my expectations and what I can actually achieve across the span of a week, or you know, any form of video that I record. I'm sure I will speak about the Breezy Long Sleeve in a future video and show updates as and when I have them, but I'm going to end it there because I feel like now that I'm back in London, me still knitting the body is probably getting quite repetitive, so I'll end it here and hopefully catch you guys in the next video whenever that might come out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.